In the previous video, we drafted a pattern for this jumpsuit, and in this video, we are going to be transferring the patterns to fabric and be sewing the jumpsuit from start to finish. You're welcome to Kema Freak. My name is Kemi Omorugbe. Now, in transferring this pattern to fabric, I added my sewing allowance, half an inch on the waistline of the front bodice, half an inch along the neckline, the shoulder, and also the armhole. And at the center front, we have no seam allowance because I already factored that into the pattern. I also included half an inch along the dart and 1 inch at the side. Now for the back pattern as well, we have 1 inch on the side, half an inch everywhere else except for the center back, of course. Here are the fabric we'll be sewing, and we have 2 pieces for each pattern. I went ahead to fold in the placket at the center front. Remember, we added 2 inch allowance for that, so I folded 1 inch and 1 inch again. For the sleeve, I added half an inch seam allowance along the sleeve cap and also the hem of the sleeve, which will be pleating, and on the sides we have 1 inch seam allowance. We also have half an inch all round the. In order to sew this, we are going to start by sewing in the placket. I have folded it in like I mentioned earlier on, and I will be stitching by 1/8 of an inch on my folded placket. After doing that, this is what we have right here. Next, I'll proceed to sew in the darts by placing it this way. Make sure that the waistline on one side aligns with the other. That is how you know that you have folded correctly. So I'll go ahead to stitch my darts by half an inch. For the back piece, go ahead and measure the position you want your dart to stay, then add half an inch to it, then place a notch at that point. I made use of 5.5 inch from the center back, and for the height of the dart I made use of 6 inches. I just went ahead to sew the dart on the 2 sides of the back piece. The dart for the back is 1 inch wide. Because the dart we have at the back was cut out, you need to overlock it to make it look neat. Now that that is done, it is time to sew the front and back piece together along the shoulder. So I just placed right side of the front piece facing the right side of the back piece, and we are going to be stitching the shoulder line by half an inch. Now this is what we have right here. Because I won't be making use of lining on this jumpsuit, I was overlocking as I sew. Now it is time to sew the sleeve onto the outfit and I'm starting by pulling out my pins, and I'm going to be sewing the sleeve curve along the armhole curve by half an inch. You notch the middle of your sleeve and go ahead to stitch. Now here is what we have after stitching. Because it is a curvy part of the outfit, you go ahead and notch round the curve to help your sleeve relax into the body. After notching, then go ahead to overlock. I have noticed that when you overlock before notching, your seam ends up ripping, so notch first then overlock. Now we have 2 separate sides for the front piece, right? And it is time to now stitch the side seam. So place the front and back on each side the way I'm placing it right now. So we're going to be taking measurement for the waist circumference divided by 4 and also the bust circumference divided by 4. But remember, we still have extra half an inch for overlap. So when you're taking your measurement, put that in mind. Okay, so you add half an inch to your measurement. So having done that, I'll go ahead to now stitch the sides and the sleeve. Okay, the seam allowance I have along that side was 1 inch, and that was what my measurement also gave me. I didn't bother while stitching the sleeve, leave about 3 to 4 inches free. Now it is time to work on the band of the sleeve. So remember, we cut out a band for the sleeve, right? I started by folding the band right side facing the other, and I went ahead to measure 1.5 inch from the sides of the band, and then I notched it. Okay, having done that, we are going to stitch the sleeve hem on the band, excluding the 1.5 inch we measured just now. So I'm going to create gathers, okay, on the band. this way, and I'll be stitching my gathers by 1/2 inch. After doing that, this is what we have right here. So I'll fold my band right side facing each other this way, and we are going to stitch 1/2 inch on the sides. Then this is what we have. So we still have our 1.5 inch opened, right? So I'm going to now turn my band inside out after trimming the excess, okay, and just making the tip more sharp by notching this way. Then go ahead to turn it inside out, give it a good press. Then I'll fold in the 1/2 inch, the 1/2 inch on the other side of the band this way. Then go ahead to press and top stitch. When you fold, just hold it together with pins before you go ahead to give it a good press. After pressing this way, come out really nice and easy by the time you sew it on the sewing machine. Now this is what we have. I went ahead to repeat the process on the other side. Then I'll be stitching the opening I left a little bit more, just to, you still need that open slit just a little bit. 3-4 inches is okay, and for the rest of it, you go ahead and stitch it and give it a good press. Now we are moving on to the trouser pattern, and I'll be transferring this onto my fabric. And in transferring this, I added 1/2 inch seam allowance along the inseam and the crouch curve for both the front and the back, and 1 inch at the side, 2 inches hemming allowance, and 1 inch along the waistline. For this cape as well, I have 1/2 inch along the waistline, 1 inch along the side, 1 inch along the hem. And remember that we marked out 2 inches wide mark on our paper for the fabric we'll be attaching to this red crepe. So I am cutting out the pattern for that, and I'm going to place this on an Ankara fabric to transfer the pattern to Ankara fabric. Okay, so in doing that, I am adding 1/2 inch allowance all round. My fabric is already interfaced. For the trouser part of the jumpsuit, we have the front, and I have these pieces for the pocket. We have the back, and I have this cape that will be attaching to the front. Now to sew the trouser, I'll be starting with the pocket. So I'll place the pocket right side over the right side of the trouser for the front, and I'll be stitching by 1/2 inch. We have been having a lot of trouser making tutorial on this channel, so if you have been following, this should be pretty easy. After sewing by 1/2 inch, I'll go ahead to trim off the allowance or to notch properly so that the pocket eases into the pocket curve on the trouser. After notching, I went ahead to turn it the other way, then top stitch on the red fabric, that's on the crepe, by 1/2 inch. Next, I'll go ahead to place the facing over the first piece, and I'll be stitching round the pocket by 1/4 inch. I'll be making use of French seam, which means that after my first seam, I turned it inside out. After trimming the seam allowance, then I'll go ahead to stitch again by 1/4 inch. I went ahead to repeat the process on the other side of the front piece. Next, I'll be stitching the left and the right side of the front piece together along the crouch curve. This will be done by 1/2 inch. Now here is what we have. I will be repeating the process on the two back pieces as well, sewing the crouch by 1/2 inch. Now because this is a jumpsuit, you won't sew the entire length, just leave about 8 inches for the zipper at the back. Now to this cape, this is what we have here. Our cutout was not cut out. Basically, we are just going to be placing the Ankara fabric over the crepe fabric. So I'll be stitching the Ankara fabric to the crepe fabric. Basically, I'm placing the right side of the African print Ankara fabric over the wrong side of the crepe fabric, and I'll be stitching by 1/2 inch. If you place notches while cutting these two, you'll find it very helpful because that will just help you position one into the other. So I went ahead to stitch by 1/2 inch, brought it right back, notched it, and turned it the other way. On the Ankara fabric, I folded in 1/2 inch and I went to give it a good press. So just fold in the Ankara fabric, pin it onto your main cape, that's the red fabric, then give it a very good press to help it relax. Then you can come top stitch on that side, and this is what we have. It looks very good. I will be positioning the cape over the rest of the trouser like this when it is time to sew. But before we do that, we need to attach the band to the outfit. For each piece of the band, we cut out two, one as the facing and one as the fashion fabric that you can see from the right side. So I'll be sewing the front and back of the band together along the sides by 1 inch, which is the same allowance. So having done that and repeated the process on the facing, I'm just going to be placing these two onto each other like so. Then this part is the part that will be attaching to the center back. So I'll be stitching the facing and the fashion fabric together at the sides by 1/2 inch, and then we'll turn it to the right side and give it a good press, just like I did for the side I just showed you. That done, I set the band aside, and now I'll be stitching the front and back piece of the trouser along the inseam. Just position the crouch curve for the front over that of the back and stitch by your same allowance, which in this case is 1/2 inch. After doing that, I went ahead to place my cape over the trouser, and I'm going to be stitching. I placed it over the right side, by the way. After securing the cape on the front part, I went ahead to place the back piece over the front, and we are going to be stitching along the sides by 1 inch. Back to the bodice. This is the band that I'll be attaching to the bodice. We have prepared it in the earlier clip. So I'm going to take the bodice and we are going to lap the left placket over the right placket like so, pin it down on the placket right there. Remember that the center back is still open because we are still going to be attaching a zipper to the center back because this placket didn't extend into the trouser, so the opening of the placket is not sufficient to allow for smooth movement of the outfits when you are trying to put it on. So we went ahead to pin the placket, lap the one placket over the other like this, and we held it down with our pins. Okay, after pinning this piece together, remember that the center back is opened, so attaching the band to the bodice should still not be difficult, right? So now we're going to be sewing the band and the bodice together by 1/2 inch. When you're doing this, ensure that your side seams are well aligned. That's the side seam on the band and that's of the bodies, and even the center front and center back should match properly. If you have drafted your pattern well and you have sewn by the right seam allowance so far, that should not be a problem. And if at all there is any difference, then you need to make adjustments because our band and the bodies has to align. Okay, having done that, this is what we have right here. Now I'm going to be sewing the band onto the trouser the same way I did when I was sewing the bodies with the band, right? So I'm still going to align the side seam and make sure that everything sits properly into each other with the cape inclusive. Okay, so go ahead and start from the center back, align the side seam and sew by 1/2 inch. Having done that, this is what we have right here. It looks good so far. Now it is time to attach the zipper onto the back, but before you go ahead to attach the zipper, we are going to be sewing down the upper part of the zipper allowance, just about 4 inches from the neckline downwards. That is because we are going to be attaching a shirt collar onto the neckline of this jumpsuit. So because of the front opening, everything should still be fine and you should be able to fit into the jumpsuit without any issues. So we are sewing down half an inch, um, right side facing each other, please, and we are stitching, sorry, not half an inch, 1 inch, because we have a 1 inch wide zipper allowance before going ahead to fix the zipper. Here I'll be fixing the shirt collar. If you want a tutorial on how to draft and also to fix a shirt collar, let me know in the comment section. I'll also link it up above. I started by stitching the collar stand onto my jumpsuit by half an inch, one side of the collar stand. After the first stitching, we went ahead to fold in the seam allowance on the other side of the collar stand. It was half an inch. We pinned it down, gave it a good press, and we went ahead to top stitch the collar onto the jumpsuit. Now remember that when we attach this band, we didn't close up the top or the bottom of the band. So we are going to be piping it. So I'm just using this fabric to pipe in. I hope you know what piping means, right? So we're using it to pipe in the stitch so that it looks neat even on the inside. Now this is what we have at the end of the day. The last step is to attach your buttons, and we made use of cover buttons using the Gomet machine or the rivet machine. If you want a tutorial where I taught 4 things you can do with your rivet machine, let me know in the comment section. I'll also drop the link above anyways. It is a very comprehensive videos that has done over 200,000 views. You may want to see it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, you're welcome. And if you are already a Sew star, you are the real MVP. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure in here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye.